Hello, welcome to the Wild Gut Project. My name is Carrie, it's all about being vegan and low FODMAP, and today I want to share with you the results of my blood test. So in real life I met a YouTuber called Ash in a coffee shop who does all about vegan and cycling optimization, so I'll link his channel. Because on his channel he featured doing a blood test with Thriver, and it looked like a really good idea, and it's not something I've ever done, and I was quite intrigued to find out what my kind of status was in terms of vitamins, iron and B12 and things after having such a restrictive diet for the past year. Now I'm moving much more into the kind of modified version, and yeah, I wanted to share that with you. So it's a cool little stylish pack that comes very quickly in the post, and look away now if you're squeamish, but you basically just prick your finger with a lancet, squeeze the blood into a couple tubes and send it off in the post, and they analyse it incredibly quickly. I posted it at 5 o'clock on a weekday, just made the post, and the next day at kind of midday they texted me to say they'd received it, and then 4 hours later I got the results, and they have an actual medical doctor who kind of give you some feedback and advice based on it. So these are my results. My B12 was normal, which I was very pleased about. And my ferritin was in the normal range, so was my folate. Probably could be higher, so I guess I'll eat more foods at the high end that. My glycated hemoglobin was okay, could be lower. So my triglycerides are really high, and this one is completely my fault and not really representative, because your triglycerides kind of represent your diet in the past 24 hours, and the past 24 hours on that particular instance had been very unhealthy because there happened to be lots of vegan donuts, and there aren't always lots of vegan donuts, so when there are, I had a lot. So it kind of, not artificially, but unrepresentatively spiked my triglycerides. And I happened to speak to several doctors about this who were just friends, and they were like, oh yeah, obviously repeat it just in case, but the rest of my cholesterol is all very normal, so I'm within healthy ranges. It'd be very unusual for that to be so spiked. So yeah, cholesterol was all in nice ranges. And because there was a deal, I did the liver function, and that was also good. My vitamin D, it was in the normal range, but the advice by the doctor was to... However, some people may benefit from reaching a level of more than 75 nanomoles per litre to maximise their health. So please seek my advice on this. Her advice was to take a supplement. So these are the recommendations to reduce triglycerides. So I won't eat vegan donuts every day. I don't anyway, but next time I do the test I'm going to have a typical diet that normally represents what I eat. And vitamin D. So the vitamin D thing is kind of interesting. There are a few kind of headlines going around, on the Daily Mail, saying that vitamin D supplements help the symptoms of people with IBS. And the research that's kind of based on has shown that there might be a higher rate of vitamin D deficiency in the IBS population, and some very small, not particularly reliable studies found that taking vitamin D supplements made people with IBS feel generally better. But taking vitamin D supplements, if you're vitamin D deficient, should obviously make you feel better because you won't be deficient anymore, and they didn't actually find it improve the symptoms compared to the other interventions like placebo. And actually I saw the Public Health England had in 2016 changed their recommendations for vitamin D supplementation. So they basically said that people should consider taking a supplement of 10 micrograms of vitamin D during the autumn and winter in the UK, so I guess that kind of is similar for people in the northern hemisphere and south, kind of far away from the equator. It's not very sunny in the winter, we're not sunbathing. Obviously speak to your doctor or healthcare provider first for personalised advice. And because I had been taking vitamin D supplements and I'd got quite a lot of sun this summer, so I would take stronger vitamin D supplements. I got these ones from Holland & Barrett because they were on deal and a higher concentration, and people had written in the reviews that they'd felt really energised after a few weeks. But while vegan, are probably not low FODMAP because they're made with mushroom vitamin D. I'd quite like my B12 to be a bit higher. I don't really know where I started. I think this would have been more meaningful if I'd taken this test before starting the low FODMAP diet, because I don't know where I was. But I'm going to take some methylcobalamin, because these ones are supposed to be absorbed better. And again, it had good reviews, but it's definitely not low FODMAP because it has mannitol as the bulking agent. But if you see my last video, I listed out a bunch of low FODMAP B12 supplements, and injecting and things, although not easily available in the UK, could be an option. It's definitely something to speak to your doctor about. So overall, I found it really interesting to see my actual kind of level of these vitamins and minerals, because I really didn't have a clue. And I've been feeling quite tired, and I think maybe that was down to the vitamin D, so it's something I can do something about, especially as we go into these dark winter months. A cool thing about Thriver, it's difficult to say, is that if you sign up, you then get given a code to get other people half price of their first kit. So I put my code down below, so if you were going to do it, please use my code because it will save you money, and it puts, I think, £10 towards my next blood test, so I can share that with you as well and see if I can change things. So I hope you found this interesting and useful. Please don't judge me for the vegan donuts. Subscribe if you want more about being vegan low FODMAP. I do loads of like recipes and things like that, so yeah, do that. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!